Our project is to put the dog on the field and then have it walk around the ball and dock at it a certain way.
But it's really neat when you finally get them to do what you told them to do.
So the goal for these robots is to play soccer.
All they do is just keep the ball.
As you can imagine, in playing soccer, it's extremely important to know where the ball is.
It seemed like it was getting random head movements. Like it's here, there, and then over there.
These robots are controlled by computer programs. So there's no person involved in controlling the robots, for example, with a joystick, but the robots really have to make their own decisions.
This display here shows our current dog positions, and you can see that the white lines here show good directions to kick it, and black lines show bad directions.
Many people didn't even think about robotics when they hear computer science. They think like you write some programs and they analyze some data. But suddenly that in computer science you can start doing research on how to control a robot. This is just a very cool experience for the students.
On the computer, figuring out where 0, 0 is really easy, you know, or where the origin is really easy, or figuring out where the middle of the field is really easy. And telling the dog to go there on the computer, well, we have a simulator program and it's really easy for it there. On the field, it's probabilistic. You don't know where things are. It's all maybes.
It turns out that programming these robots is extremely difficult.
We were here for a while yesterday. It worked, but
it worked last night.
For some reason now it refuses to.
And in order to control its motion, what the program has to determine is at every time is how to move all the different joints of these robots and how to coordinate them so that the robot, in a sense, performs the desired motion.
I really don't know what it's doing at this point. We're gonna have to sit and figure out like why it's being so weird.
So what you see here is how these robots figure out where they are on the field. So whenever you see one of these circles, that indicates that the robot detects one of these markers that are placed around the field. If the programs the students develop are buggy, which means they are not working correctly, then the students really see that on the robots because the robots just behave the wrong way.
When things go wrong, then it's even harder to tell if is it something wrong with something you did, or is something wrong with the noise. And I guess that's not something wrong at all.
Why you should document your code, why you need to use clean code, why you should be friendly, why all these stuff they tell you in school actually matters.
That's the one thing that's really hard about programming is things can go really well and you can get a lot done in 10 minutes, or you can spend 3 hours and get nothing done. So it's definitely sink or swim.
The students really learn that only by being in the same spot and really working together as a team, they can solve these problems. In this course, students worked in 4 different groups and they worked on 4 different research approaches.
Our group is the dribble group. We were supposed to work on the actual motion of the dogs, getting new moves, getting basically the athletics of the sport, I would say.
Once a week I hold a lecture that provides a general background in the different research aspects. So people thought that we need to come up with other approaches that can handle a more wider variety of distributions. And this is why they introduced the particle filters. There are different names for them, so they were reinvented over and over again. A very interesting aspect of this course is really that the students learn a lot about software development, which is extremely important on the job market later on. It turns out that many of my students really get very good jobs in the industry because of their extensive software development experience.
Some people have them as pets now, but they could use a lot of improving in being lifelike.
There's actually research going on where people try to find out how these dogs could be treated like pets. It's how children interact with these dogs and also how elderly people interact with them. I would very much still prefer to have a real dog as a pet.
I don't regret taking this class at all. It was a lot of hours, but it was all very much worth it.
These dogs are just such a small example of what can really be done right now.
As a research challenge is not to come up with robots that really can play soccer. This is not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is really to come up with intelligent, autonomous systems that can act in the real environment.